let's re-energize. Let's hear it for GroupWise. Woo!
Hi, I'm Dean Lithgow, former Director of Engineering for GroupWise, and currently one of the product managers on GroupWise.
And I'm Karen Victory, a Senior Sales Engineer and North America Collaboration Leader, and an unabashed GroupWise fanatic. This is my car and my Ohio license plate.
And this is Scott Clayton, GroupWise Client Architect and one of our demo gurus.
And this is Lex Barfus, Lead GroupWise QA Engineer.
We're excited to show you today what we've been doing with our collaboration portfolio. First, we want to introduce you to GroupWise 2012, the first in Novell's lineup in more frequent and customer-driven releases. We also want to show you some exciting things we've been doing with Novell Vibe, including new support for mobile apps and new integrations with GroupWise. You know, over the last several months, we've taken every opportunity to meet with GroupWise customers and learn more what they expect from their collaboration solutions. Here's what we've heard loud and clear.
First, you want product releases on a more frequent basis. Am I right? Am I right? Next, you want product quality that you can count on to be secure, reliable, and easy to manage. Who doesn't?
And finally, you want products that deliver capabilities that users need to be productive, no matter where they're at or which mobile device they choose to use. It sounds like you want the Holy Grail, and we're going to deliver.
So let's talk about a real-world scenario. Imagine you work for a hospital. How many of you actually do? Now imagine hospital administrators, nurses, doctors, administrative assistants, all sharing patient data, scheduling appointments, reaching out for real-time input, and accessing information from anywhere, all on the latest devices.
In this demo, we're going to show you how GroupWise 2012, shipping in just a few short weeks, makes this all possible.
So let's start with better tools for the healthcare professional. We have Nurse Lithgow here. He's working on a psych ward today. Some of us think he should be committed. Conversation for another day. But he can do some pretty cool things with our newly revamped, sweet-looking web access interface.
So let's start by first taking a look at the new graphical busy search that allows you to schedule appointments, manage conflicts, or even determine if that operating room is still available. We've also allowed you to add recurring appointments in web access. Now it's easier than ever to set up an appointment that occurs each week, every month, or you can schedule your annual checkup. And finally, you've simply asked, Dean, can we get the ability to sort columns? Now you can find email easily and simply by clicking on the column headers over name, subject, date, and size. Now you've met Nurse Lithgow. I'd like to introduce you to our administrative assistant, Admin Victory. And surprise, surprise, she's in the break room. But fortunately, she can get work done even from there.
So my boss asked me to add a user to a group, and I forgot to do that. Rare occasion. But luckily, there's a computer in the break room where I can whip up web access, and I can add Chris to the ER group. While I'm in there, I might as well add a picture of Chris so that everyone knows what he looks like.
Great looking photo, Chris. Hey, that's not me.
Well, you said great photo, right?
And what about that hospital administrator? He also needs to share information with lots of people in the healthcare process. Let's see how the Windows client makes that easier than ever. We'll start out by looking at Dr. Crockett's mailbox and seeing that he wants to share a group of folders with Nurse Lithgow. First of all, you'll notice in the sharing dialog this new option, Share All Subfolders. Now, all of the recipients and all of the access is attributed to all folders in the folder tree. In addition, we wanted to minimize the impact that sharing all of these folders would have on the recipients. So let's switch over to Nurse Lithgow's mailbox and see what that looks like. First of all, you'll notice that even though we've shared a whole group of folders, there's only one shared folder notification. And you only have to step through one wizard. It's just that simple. Now let's go back and see what Admin Victory is up to. Nothing. But I do know that she needs to coordinate some schedules between doctors and interns on a particular case. And she needs to modify an appointment for one of the patients. Let's look again at Windows Client and see how that's done.
Because I manage a lot of doctor schedules, I need to use our multi-user column view. I can look at day, week, even monthly views. What's also really cool is that we have now multi-user sub-calendars where I can filter which doctors I want to see and don't want to see. Now let's resend this appointment. First, let me introduce you to Dr. Clayton. Because Dr. Clayton was one of the original recipients on this appointment. So as we resend, we're going to add intern Adam to the appointment. We're going to send it, and then we're going to go and look at Dr. Clayton's calendar so that we can see what has changed. You'll notice that the appointment is now bold, but he doesn't have to re-accept the appointment. And he can easily go into that appointment and look to see what has been modified. Sweet, huh? Heck yeah. So, now how many of you use Novell Vibe? Great. So now, Novell Vibe is a great collaboration product that the hospital has deployed so that users can easily collaborate together, whether they're in a local campus or even remote campuses. Doesn't matter. Well, now you can sync Vibe appointments to a GroupWise sub-calendar. And let's say, that's right. Let's hear it.
All right, let's hear it.
And let's say this is a teaching hospital, which is one of the many reasons that the hospital deployed Novell Vibe, so that users can share case data, whether they're at their workstation or in a patient's room using a mobile device, sharing with interns, medical students, even Nurse Lithgow here. So you want to see how you can move data from GroupWise to Vibe to a mobile device and back again? Let's show you. So we have Nurse Lithgow here. Where's your hat?
I put it away. No more hats.
That cost me $4. So the I'll expense it, don't worry about it. So the ever so dedicated healthcare servant, Nurse Lithgow, is working hard in his office, catching up on some administrative paperwork. He's working on HIPAA compliance documents, a project so key that it's being followed by a team of healthcare professionals, some of whom work remotely.
Getting data from GroupWise to Vibe couldn't be easier. Nurse Lithgow simply drags and drops an email in his GroupWise mailbox to his integrated Vibe folder. And now we're going to switch over and see what Dr. Clayton sees as he's visiting a conference and not available at his computer. He is able to pull out his Android device and access that file. He's now going to add a comment and sync it back. Let's make sure that happens. There he goes. On his mobile device. All right.
So, Nurse Lithgow could sync all of his files with Vibe offline for offline access to his laptop.
But what we want to show you today is the ability for Nurse Lithgow to access that Vibe file directly from Microsoft Office. Notice this Vibe integration directly in Microsoft Office. We'll see Nurse Lithgow make a change to the file and add a new comment. And now we look back at Dr. Clayton, who's now moved to the golf course and he's able to access that file one more time using his Android device, see the final comment, and see all of the final changes.
So Dr. Clayton gets around. So when by Nurse Lithgow adding a comment on this file, it can kick off an automated workflow in Novell Vibe, requiring the team's approval on this medical release form. Now that we're talking about mobile access, who hasn't seen one of these babies lately? So this is only the latest medical necessity for doctors today. And Dr. Clayton wouldn't be caught dead without his. And GroupWise certainly supports it. So Dr. Clayton is going to use his iPad to remind him of what patient room he needs to go to for Barbara. While he's walking over to the room, he's going to look up her latest MRI scan so that he's familiar with it. Now, before Dr. Clayton enters the room, he wants to check back in his mailbox to see if he's received anything new. And lo and behold, he's received an appointment requesting a consultation from Nurse Lithgow for later tonight.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Now, these iPad templates are getting a lot of attention. But let's not forget about Novell Data Synchronizer, which provides bidirectional synchronization between GroupWise and any ActiveSync-enabled device, including iPhone, iPad, and Android.
And don't worry about your BlackBerry users. BlackBerry Enterprise Server version 5 will support GroupWise 2012 early next year.
Hopefully you've seen how we've made GroupWise more mobile, more customer-focused, more integrated into the collaboration process, and more capable of putting your end user's productivity into hyperdrive. We've done all of this while maintaining the security, reliability, and ease of management that you've come to love and expect.
You've also seen where Novell Vibe picks up where GroupWise left off, enabling users to share and collaborate among broad and dispersed teams, whether they're docked in the office or on the move.
Now, we do have an announcement today, and I'm very excited and pleased to be able to announce the immediate availability of the public beta for GroupWise 2012.
Woo!
We'd like to invite you to visit us at the collaboration tables in IT Central, where you can learn more about our flagship products. We want to give you more details about what we're doing to turn the focus back on you and your collaboration needs. Now we'd like to welcome to the stage the ZenWorks team. Thank you very much.
Thank you.